Yay for us.
Yay for us.
Showing up on a Friday.
Give me a quick check, Sean, please, so I can hear us out.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Check
Give me
1
a
2
quick check, Sean, please, so I can hear us out.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Check 1 2
Quick check, Sean, please, so I can hear us out.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 3.
Quick check, Sean.
I'll just squint at it forever. I'll just think it gets better.
No.
Thank you.
Sean, how tall are you? 6'2". Oh yeah. You know how it is, 6'2". Alright. You ready to go? Okay, cool. Ready to get this started? Let's do this. Here we go. What's up? What's up, everybody? Clap it up. You're here at LA School of Comedy Friday night. Getting out here. Some fantastic comedy with some fantastic people, seeing some great faces, some of my favorite faces when I come down here to Santa Monica, the best place to do comedy. Guys, we're going to be doing our open mic up to 10 minutes per person. So make sure to come up here and do your 10 minutes. It's going to give you the light at 2. Light's going to be over there. Red and green light's going to pop on at 1 minute. And then please wrap up whatever joke you're going into. If I flash it a second time, I'm going to get you guys off the stage. Just make sure you're time management properly, trains you out, makes you better, especially when you go to other mics. If you need to use the bathroom, there's the bathroom key over there. Please only get up out of your seat, move around when I'm on stage or when a performer is done. We've had some people who just get up in the middle of acts. Disrespectful to the act. If you have to leave after your set, please wait until the next person or up on the stage to do that, guys. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Who's ready? Can I get a hell yeah? Woo! All right, we're going to start off the comedy tonight. One of my favorites. He's been coming around here for a while for his comedy a ton, and I can't wait to hear it again. Guys, give it up for the comedy of Mike Moody! Yeah! Hey guys, how you guys doing? Hey, this is great. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, it's been a long week. It's like wartime and shit coming and all this crazy shit. Oh man. Tell you guys a little bit about me. My name is Mike Moody. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I grew up with my grandparents. Growing up with your grandparents is pretty cool, but it's pretty different. Growing up with your grandparents is the only times you get beat and then you ask them if they're okay, you know. Like, are you alright? I hear you wheezing, you know. And because I live with my grandparents, like, older people are naturally more paranoid of things. They don't necessarily just, like, grab everything immediately, you know. They kind of, like, need time. So I'm kind of like that same way, like, you know. And it basically, like, it puts me in, like, a weird predicament because I feel like I'm an old person, but a young person at the same time. Like, I feel like every president we get is the last president we're going to have. Like, that's how I feel when I see him. It's a weird paranoia. That's just not even like it's any reason to, just because. I don't know. It's
just a weird place to be. What have I done this week? I haven't done nothing. I haven't done shit. I saw that they had put like the Cosby Show on like streaming, and I hadn't seen that shit in so many years, and I realized like I turned it on just to watch an episode because I forgot it was like the episode where like Denise drinks and then they make her do the drinking game and then he passes like a shot to Rudy, which is like really funny because they don't really drink. It's like a real tricked out scene. But I end up like, because everything that happened, like I just ended up watching the Cosby Show like it was porn. Like I kept on like I put the blinds up, like I didn't want nobody to know I was listening to it. I had to like really watch it. Like I don't know. That's why they shouldn't name. That's why I don't understand the whole naming this show, the person's name, and then naming the character something else. Because if it was called something else, I could say that nobody would cringe. I said I watched the Cosby Show. Because now it sounds like I watched the. Never mind. You know, it looks like I watched that, and that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the actual show. Anybody in a relationship?
Yeah.
How's it going? Okay. I'm not too happy. All right, that's cool. No, I'm just playing. No, it's not just playing. No, breakups. I had a breakup during quarantine, which is weird. You know, somebody's just like, I'm done. Like, I'm sure this is the thing that's holding me back. I'm like, great. You know, like, in the midst of a pandemic, like, I'm the one. Like, I'm the thing that's making things suck. You know you're in a toxic relationship when you admire, as a couple, toxic relationships. Do you know what I mean? Like if you look at a toxic relationship and then you're like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You know what I mean?
You aspire to a toxic relationship.
Yeah, it's like a weird space because it's, you know, it's like, look at them, they have matching tattoos. You know what I mean? If I can't have you, no one can. That's sweet. You know? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. When you're single, you don't argue. I noticed that. Or the arguments are like way lower stakes. You know what I mean? They don't mean anything. You're just talking and nothing happens. If anything goes bad, it just goes bad. And then, you know what I mean? Nothing happens. I don't like arguing. You know? I feel like I'll tell somebody they're right before I start arguing, so I don't have to argue. And then they'll get mad because they don't get to have the argument because they like arguing. You know what I mean? That's like taking the Olympic players and like putting them on a plane, and then when they get to the country, you just give them the gold medal when they get off the plane. And they're like, this is not how I wanted this, you know? I trained all summer for this. You know what I mean? It's weird. You guys ever worked at a startup?
Yeah.
Oh, have you been in a cult?
Yeah.
They're like the same thing. They're like the same exact thing. Like a startup and a cult are the same exact thing. It's like a self-proclaimed leader. And you're like, how is he good at this thing that we've never seen anybody do before? But he's the best. That's what everybody will tell you. Then he'll go off the rails and just do some random shit. Everybody's like, what happened? And we're like, yo, we were following the PDF, but now he's just winging it, you know?
That's great.
I don't know. A lot of weird family heater, those type of conversations. I don't like working at jobs. And I tell people that like I do comedy because they expect me to say funny shit, and I don't like that. I was at a job and someone was like, at the start of the job, and someone was like, say something funny, and we were like eating lunch, and I was like, how many lunches do you guys not sponsor for me to get paid more? And they were like, Mike, don't do any more jokes. And I was like, all right. I don't know. I don't know. People just feel like you want to talk. I don't want to talk all the time. My roommates, I don't feel like talking all the time. It's weird. I saw, one of my roommates, he's from France, and he had on a Biden and Harris t-shirt that was from the election, but he just got here. And I just, for some reason, I thought it was interesting that he had on like a political shirt from an election that he had nothing to do with. But then I realized, like, and not because like do they do merch in other countries? I don't think they do merch in other countries. There's no like T-shirt in German that says "third time's a charm" or some shit like that. Nothing like that. Or that stupid shit. I don't know. Or like there's no like Castro fitted cap. Like, you know what I mean? Where is like there's no merch in other countries. It just made me think about it. I was like, there's no merch in other countries. I watched the Kanye documentary. Have you guys seen that? It's like really good. Like it really,
good.
yeah, it's like really, really good, and like it's so crazy to watch it because it's like the only thing that makes him not look human is the way he's handling this divorce. Like the documentary is like really, really dope, but then it's like his real world actions are like weird, which I think sours the story. I don't know, but he's like getting out of it. You know what I mean? Not many people get out of the Kardashian thing and like have like better careers all the time. That's dope though, cause he's like better than he was when he started. He's like begging to go back. It's like really weird. Like, why is he doing that? He should just leave. Just let it go. I don't know. Man. It's just weird to me that it's like that's where he's at right now. He's a legend now. The music is amazing. It's so weird. It's so complex. He's so weird, but I'm like, all right, this is amazing shit. This is great. Watch on it. Just sudden movement. Watching a lot of TV during quarantine because, like, why not? And I don't like all of it. It's like, you know, I've seen, like, all of it's kind of like running together. It's like becoming the same shit over and over again. Like, I watch, have you ever seen Lovecraft Country?
Yes, I love it.
Have you seen Watchmen?
Yes.
They're like the same show. Fighting for the kingdom. And they have, like, somebody comes with a character, and they're like, hey, you have great power. You come from a great lineage. The only thing you can't do isn't systemic racism. Go out there and be a hero. In this retro racist backdrop. And somebody's like, it's just weird. You know how hard it is to be 3/5 of a superhero? Because that's what those shows are about. It's weird. I saw Lion King. You guys seen Lion King, obviously. Then I saw Black Panther. I was like, that is the same movie. They fight for the kingdom. They make the uncle, the cousin, that's like the same character. They talk to their dads who are dead. The sky turns purple when they have the conversation. And then in Black Panther, they dress like cats and fight each other in the third act. So it's pretty much like the same exact thing. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Give it up for Mike Moody, guys. Your expert on comparing TV and joining TV and film and joining cults. Joining cults. They're startups, so if you see an ad for Monday.com, just know you're probably going to have to either kill, murder, or rape people. Anyways, we're going to keep it going, though, with the comedy. Have you guys ever noticed that TVs have really lost a lot of weight over the years? I wonder what workout plan TVs used, right? They used to be so big and bulky and slow, and you used to have to even get up and assist them in turning on. You have to used to walk up and press the button, and now you can just voice it, and you can just click it from all the way over. They're so thin and nimble, and you can pick them up and move them around everywhere. Like, I wondered if, like, Sony was really hitting the elliptical, right? Maybe a little Panasonic getting some deadlifts in. Maybe LG on the bench press, right? And now they're looking fit and awesome, and you look at them now and you're like, damn, That's a nice looking TV. And she got Netflix. And she got Netflix. Add that to Donkey Donk. Alright, I wanted to say Donkey Donk for a while now. I heard that yesterday on TV and I wanted to say it to a live crowd. And you just heard that. So that's amazing.
What show were you watching that you heard Badonkadonk?
Oh, I heard that from The Righteous Gemstones on HBO Max. Fantastic show. Check it out, plug in HBO Max. But guess what? I want to keep plugging Los Angeles School of Comedy because we're keeping it going. The comedy is going. It's chugging. The train is going. That's right. We're going to keep it going right now with my main man. All right, my fellow Irishman in the building. Give it up for Patty!
Hey, that's me! Keep it going!
For your host, Sean! Come on!
Yeah.
We need to work this this energy that we have in this room. It's wild, man. It's a crazy kind of fucking energy, dude. I'm feeling it. Look, I'm an old man. I sit at home all week. When I come here, this is delightful. I'm bubbling over. Can you tell? I watched. I have a son who is he's 33 and just Kanye West is a religion to him. He goes to the Sunday service that they have, I guess, at the Forum, and I get a kick out of him. I'm a little confused by him. He was the only one at the Super Bowl that wore a mask. I noticed. He looked like a ninja in a hoodie there. But he was the only one of anybody that was wearing a mask. So kudos to him, I say. You know, as a member of the elite, he didn't have to. The rest of them fucking didn't. You know, the rest of them fucking didn't. And we kind of make it this fucking line in the sand. I was at Smart and Final today, you know, because I like to save $1 or $2. And the lady, who was an older woman, she's got 2 pairs of rubber gloves on each hand, 3 masks, and she's checking the groceries. And my wife, she goes, and I'd have a mask on. Now I'm vaxxed. You know, I'm vaxxed. But I guess so. I guess maybe. I mean, I don't know. The reason I got vaxxed is my wife had a sit-down, no pussy strike. You know, and, you know, I hate needles, but I'm addicted to pussy. You know, but as soon as I got the vax, then the second vax, she started ignoring me again, and I had to wear a mask again, like nothing fucking changed. But all the woman said to me, she goes, do you mind putting on a mask while I check your... I said, no. She's a nice older lady. She's scared to fucking death. She's got 2 pairs of dishwashing gloves on. And she's trying to put the stuff in the bag, and she can't because the gloves are fucking her up. Slow down, it's okay. I mean, we don't... It's like this shit is crazy, you know what I mean? This world is crazy. If you look at the last fucking 90 days, I threw a fucking in there, I don't even know why. It seemed appropriate at the time, I don't know why. In the last 90 days that we were in Afghanistan, there were 11 military members that were victims of gun violence, right? That's a tragedy. In Chicago, it's Thursday afternoon. How much money are we spending in Afghanistan? Even I think there's been 154 injuries in the Ukraine since it started. In Chicago, that's like a healthy weekend. Why are we going to fucking Ukraine? Why don't we spend some of that money in Chicago, where I'm from? You know, but there's some reason. I don't know what the reason is. I'm getting too worked up, so I'm not going to talk about this anymore. If that's okay with you guys, is that okay? By the way, y'all look great for what you've been through. I am trying to. I've been married for 29 years. You should applaud her because I'm not really easy to live with. And you can fall in love. You can fall in love 3, 4 times, 5 times a year. It's easy to fall in love. Try fucking staying in love. It's not easy. Anybody here married? Anybody in love? Anybody just fucking? All right, we got someone in here just fucking. Don't worry, you'll get there. It's okay. Pick and choose. But I've grown this mustache. What do you guys think this mustache? I want to spice it up in a big while with my lady love, with my gal. And I'm kind of going for drink this mustache in. Just drink it in. I'll stand back. I'm kind of going for the loss prevention officer at Ross Dress for Less by day, and by night, middle-aged Backstreet Boy tribute artist. I like that. I tried a little role play with my lady love, with Miguel, my wife, last night. You know, the little Blackstreet stuff, you know. And I didn't accomplish my mission. I didn't get the tingle, you know what I mean, the tingle. You know, and she said she don't want it that way. I said, tell me why. She said, I'll tell you why, premature ejaculation. Tell me why. I said, that's pretty fucking strong language, premature ejaculation. I prefer to think of my penis as a first responder. America loves first responders. Do they not? I'm going to give you guys an accurate assessment of your future. Should you, you know, get married and do all that stuff, and I wish it on you. I do, I wish it on you. It doesn't seem like a good idea when you look at it as a young man, but looking backwards, it was a pretty good idea. It was a pretty good idea to do that.
Are you telling me or you?
I'm not. You know, you've got a point there. It's like I'm trying to convince myself. Well, look, I'm Catholic, you know, so really they want to get you married before you start fucking so you don't go to hell. That's really behind it, because it's out of, well, I was raised in a very religious home, and my wife is super Catholic, like any Catholics here, you know. We're down to just the 3 sexual positions, and 2 of them don't even involve me. I had no input in that. There's 29 years of marriage, my sex life has changed, it's different. After 29 years of marriage, sex is like finding street parking in Koreatown. Yeah. Doesn't happen that often, but when it does, I really appreciate it. And it's usually just easier if I pay for it. My wife prefers valet service anyway. You know. All right, so I won't use that tag. I'll use the first tag. Thanks for helping me out with that, you guys. Let's see what I'm doing. Do I have anything else to do? Oh, speaking of facial hair, you know, in the 80s, I dated someone who I thought was Chewbacca. It turned out just to be an Armenian women's lacrosse coach. Yeah. So you put that in your pipe and smoke it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it! Yeah, I don't know about that. I like to think of myself, Mike, as an evolved heterosexual. You know, I know that no means no. I've been married for 29 years. I know that even yes means probably not. You know, I'm going to tell you guys the secret, because it's just us here. You know, we're close. I can share it with you. I have pansexual tendencies, in that I become aroused at the sound of bacon being fried. Because bacon is fucking good. Bacon is so good. I love bacon. Bacon is so good it's evil. Bacon is what the devil thinks about to maintain his erection. Come right in. Come right in. We have a free personality test over here. Right this way.
Hello.
My sister had a baby. Yay, and she took the baby home. It's been 4 weeks, and she has not named the baby. This is more common now than you know, that people are doing this. I said, when are you going to name this baby? She said, well, we want to get to know her essence before we label her. I said, didn't you have a gender reveal party a couple months ago for her? She said, yeah. I said, well, don't you think that's a bit much to thrust a gender identity on a child that hasn't even been born yet? You know, especially in these times. You know, isn't that a bit much? I said, why don't you wait till she's 9 and then have the gender reveal party, and she can, you know, she can have her input, and then she could name herself. How about that? You know, I remember when I was 9, I wanted to be a motorcycle that ran on chocolate milk. And I insisted that people address me as Batman. Well, no, there's a reason for that. I projected wearing a cape well into my adulthood, as well as living in a cave with a much younger man who's also in costume. But I digress. I'm not going to go into that particular story. Let's see what I'm doing here. What do we got going? My daughter is a feminist lawyer. Do you know what's behind every feminist lawyer?
Another feminist lawyer?
An enormous pile of laundry. My daughter, I've educated her I sent her to college, UCLA. I sent her, I paid for her law school.
Woo!
Right. I have educated her just enough to look down on me. She knows a lot. She's a criminal lawyer, which, it's rough. You don't want to argue with them. But there's other things she's completely oblivious about. Like, we went to church last week, and we're walking out of church, and a woman walks by who's about my age, and she's got a brightly colored new dress on. I could tell I looked over, I said, "That is a beautiful dress. It really suits you." And she said, "Oh, thank you. Thank you very much." My daughter hits me in the ribs. I look over and she goes, "Dad, it's 2022. You can't just speak to women that you don't know. That is a microaggression." So, how exactly do you think you got here? We couldn't swipe right. There was no Tinders or Bumbles or Grinders, if you're so inclined. We had to actually approach a woman who we had no prior relationship with and make noises from a hole in our face. We called it talking, and that's where a lot of people come from. I'm Patty. Good fucking night, Holly. Keep it going for Sean, our host. How, baby?
There you go. Guys, Patty, the man. Give it up. Give it up. Yeah, we're going to keep that comedy going. It's good, right? We're hanging out. We're having a good time. It's a Friday night. So much pressure on a Friday night. Kind of wish they would just make Wednesday the Friday night. And then just have a day in the week where you had off on Thursday. So everybody would get all fucked up on a Wednesday, have Thursday off, and then Friday would be a work day. And then you'd be at the end of the day Friday like, damn, got to get up on Saturday, got to hit the office 9 a.m. sharp. But we're keeping it sharp here at the LA School of Comedy. Coming up right now is an LA School of Comedy favorite. He's hosted before. All right, he's done comedy before. And guess what? He's going to do it again. He's going to do it again up here, guys. Give it up for John Taylor.
Thank you. You can just yell out 1 minute. You don't have to get up and turn the light on.
All right.
I appreciate it, though. Hello, all four of you. What's up? It's like an intervention. I have something new. I don't know. We'll talk about the real, and then we'll get to the new. This happened to me. I had a ex, not even an ex-girl, an ex-date, like a Venmo payment from a year ago. Like she just liked it last night. And I didn't react. There's nothing there, but you know what I'm saying? That meant something. She's probably broke. She's probably broke and nobody's paying for it anymore. Yeah. Who that? It's the lady. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Let's see. You just missed the magic.
I'm sure there's more magic.
No, that was it. I'm a one joke per 10-minute dude. I'm a sniper. Gotta reload the gun. It's gonna take a while. Let's see. My car got stolen recently. Yeah, clap it up for that. They took the whole thing. They didn't even break in. There was no glass at the scene of the crime. I went to go get my car. It was gone. And then I had to call them to work. I'm like, yo, I can't come in because somebody hates me. And then I called the cops. They're like, what kind of car is it? All this good stuff. And then they were like, okay, so what time do you think you can make it to the station to fill out a police report? I was like, were you listening? My car is gone. Which is stupid because if I would have called them and told them I stole a car, they would have came and picked me up. So don't do that. They didn't send anybody to give me a hug. Before I got off the phone, they didn't say, hey, Mr. Taylor, we're going to get the son of a bitch. That's all I wanted. I just wanted, we're going to get that son of a bitch. Stupidest call I've ever made. I'll never call the cops again after my car gets stolen. I will change what happened. It changes me too, because I have to be that guy with personality now if I want to date. I can't just be the guy with a car. I have to be the guy who has something to talk about on dates now. Can't brag about being in shape if you don't have a car. they're not as impressed. Like, for instance, I run. I average about like 10 miles a day. Okay, right? Impressive.
Yeah.
If you don't have to do that to survive. If you have a car, that's impressive. If you don't have a car, that's expected. Like, people don't care. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We all know Nipsey Hussle, correct?
Yeah.
He has a slogan that goes, the marathon continues. When you don't have a car, the marathon never ends. You're just forever fucking walking. Forever. Do not like it. I actually just bought a car, so I'm okay. But it was a weird 3 days. It was a weird 3 days. I shut off Tinder for 3 days. I was like, we don't have nothing to talk about. Let's see. I'm not even dating. I'm talking to this girl from Switzerland, who's married and has a kid. 9-hour time difference, and she got mad at me the other day because she said I was emotionally unavailable. I was like, you might not even exist. You could be catfishing me. No, she's real. She's real. But, like, she puts too much of her real life in our fantasy. Like, she's a hula hoop artist. And she keeps sending me pictures of the sun. I'm like, just show me the slow line. Brittany Weeks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Co-producer of Outside Jokes. We have a show coming up on, what, March 26th? There we go. You'll read about it. Dating me is kind of like going into one of those money machines. Remember the money machines with the closed door and the dollars would just go? Yeah, okay. It looks fun, but unless you get on floors, you're not going to leave with more than $17. Like, you need to do that to get the full experience. We have a money machine, but like thousands of homeless people. It's kind of funny. Have you been underneath the bridge at Sepulveda and fucking Venice lately?
My God, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Seriously.
Where's Don Cheadle and Hotel Rwanda when you need him? That is... It is like, it's so... That wasn't... You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm 30. I'm 30, and like... I don't remember it ever being that bad. And now, like, as a kid, it's strange to just like drive by it and pretend to not see that. But we all fucking do it. Like, but it's right there on one of the busiest intersections. But we're like, I'm gonna make this left on the freeway and keep going. I don't know. Maybe it got too real. It's just, I don't remember it being that bad as a kid. I remember being able to walk and like not, right?
Because it wasn't that.
It wasn't that bad. But like these last 5 years just got like fucking horrible. Is that us or is that government? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's scary. It's scary. Because like I'm one paycheck from that, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I know, like, I seriously, like, I'm joking, but I'm not. Like, let my job say I can't work overtime anymore, and I'll be right there telling jokes. I'll be the guy with the open mic. Let's see. All right, so Rams won the Super Bowl, right? And then Tom Brady retired. Do we think that Tom Brady is the greatest athlete of all time?
Yes.
Yeah? I like to introduce somebody else in the conversation. There's Tom Brady, there's LeBron, there's Michael Jordan. But I'm going to tell you somebody who did it for years and did it for free. And she is the greatest athlete. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Harriet Tubman. Think about who had more yards, more broken tackles. The inventor of the huddle. You know, like, white people, come on, all right, gather in.
That's funny, I love that.
Yeah, that's why I gave it to you. That's all you right there. She did a lot. No fumbles either. You know what I'm saying? Like, just did the shit. Who do you think was like, like, how sad were black people when she retired, but how happy were white people when they found out that she was hanging up the cleats? You know, she announced like her farewell tour. This is it. This is it. I'm free of my last slave next Wednesday. So it's about to get real depressing for a lot of you guys. Because you're stuck. But there's no off season of freeing slaves, fam. That's year round. Can you imagine, like, if you went and she was like, "Oh, sorry, can't do it. I got a sore ankle." It's like, fuck all that. Like, I need to get free. Oh man. Yeah, give me a Harry Tubman jersey. You know, give me that throwback. Just
Signed and numbered.
right? You think she had numbers?
Collector's edition signed.
No, burlap. Was it even a burlap sack? Burlap
And the
sack.
Frederick Douglass rookie card.
Ooh. Sir, you can't. No, joke. Get in. It's open mic. It's open mic. It's open mic.
Company time.
Company stupid. Wait, he can't make that joke till March 1st.
A week early.
Write that down. That was good.
What? Yeah, so then I told Patty he could make the joke. Shut up, Buddy.
I might have another guy next year right around the
Right? Let's see. I don't even know where am I? Yeah, 50 seconds.
Fine.
Did we just start a race war off air and tell the
Some
joke?
type of a racial.
I did not mean to do that. I just wanted us to recognize the achievements of Harry Tubman, how we don't talk about it. That's all. She needs to be on the NBA 75 anniversary team. Something. We don't even know. Does it, like, I don't know. Do we adopt a highway after her?
That'd be a highway.
There's gotta be, right?
A railroad.
Something. A subway.
Something. There's something you could do with that.
Right? I don't know. I got 20 seconds. I'm not going to run the light. I appreciate you guys. Get up for your house, Sean.
Yeah, man!
Good stuff as always, John. Yes. John, absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it. And the comedy is going to keep on killing. The count's going all the way up. Going to about to pass Harry Tubman on the list because we're killing here at the Los Angeles School of Comedy. Let's keep the comedy going. I'm going to bring out one of my favorite comics. She's coming right to the stage right now, guys. Give it up for the comedy of Pooja.
I remember when I used to come to this place and John used to be the host.
Yeah.
Yes, I had longer hair.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to look at my throwbacks.
yeah. It was a while ago because I kind of took off from comedy, so yeah. Anyway, let's see. I usually start off saying I am Mindy Kaling because every white person that has not seen another Indian woman love telling me that I look just like her. But it's okay because I think that all white people look alike. You guys do. So I chopped off 17 inches of my hair, and people thought it was my way of coming out of the closet. And I just want to say I'm a boring hetero. I just had a trip to Paris, and I wanted to look more French, because just like COVID, I too like turning myself into a new variant every time I show up in a new continent. But it feels like COVID jokes are old now. It's like it's time to start making World War III jokes. Like, because, I don't know, I'm not mentally prepared for World War III because I have worked way too hard to not get a Netflix deal before, like, the world ends. Like, let's see. Who started therapy during this pandemic? If you haven't already, you really need to. Like, you watch the news, and I'm like, I'm quite an existential person, and watching the news has been quite challenging because it's getting harder and harder trying to find hope, to want to live. I mean, not to be dramatic, but one of my coworkers, I work for a startup, so I am part of a cult. And And my favorite part about the cult is that my CEO loves telling me how much that I work really hard and how much I'm underpaid. And I'm like, you know, you could change that. Like, it's fully in your power to change that. But anyway, we outsourced some of our people, and one of my coworkers happens to be in Ukraine. Yeah, and he is someone that I used to talk to quite regularly, and he was our UX person that I would message to be like, can you change the color on this? Can you like do this little thing? And I was messaging him a couple of days, 2 days ago, and I was like, I'm not gonna give you any notes. I was like, you can like, I'll deal with the company. I was like, you just come back to me whenever. And he messages me saying, Pooja, you know, after the bombing in the morning, I'll try to reconnect with you. I'm like, nothing in that sentence should ever be normal. Like, nothing about that sentence. It was quite crazy. But yeah, I mean, I think he's doing okay, but it feels quite chaotic because you can't really like stay connected anymore. But anyway, on a more, I don't know where I was going with that. It's just been a lot to process for the past couple of days. And let's see. Going back to therapy, which I think all of you need to sign up for if you haven't already. So my mom found out that I've been seeing my therapist once a week, and she called me very worried because she thought I was running low on friends. Because according to her, therapists are just paid friends for lonely people. And, you know, she was also getting worried that I was getting addicted to therapy, which is obviously much worse than getting addicted to like alcohol. But let's see. And my therapist is an Indian woman who lives in India because American healthcare system cannot afford it. Also, I feel like being on this stage feels like high pressure because like the camera's always on and like everything's being recorded. Unless of course it's like American history and we can just erase the parts where I'm not doing well. That's a new one, so let's see. Because I literally was stressing out, being like, I can't just bomb on the stage because there'll be like a record of it. So let's see. Okay, so I am brown. In case you're one of those people who does not see color, I just wanted to specify that. And so growing up, my mom obviously told me to stay away from boys because boys are a distraction. So I wasn't really allowed to date until I turned 25, and then suddenly it's like, when are you getting married? And it's like, you kind of miss the, like, you know, the part of the dating. Like, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to find someone. Because my idea of dating is like being super sarcastic and almost to a point of like making it a one-woman show and emasculating the guys. So it hasn't really been working out. But it's okay because I'm not really sold on the whole concept of marriage. Like, I looked up when it got invented, and it was back in 2030 BC. Yeah, that was so long ago. That was back when people were living very short and sweet lives. Now, even if you get married in your 20s or your 30s, you are stuck with this person till they're about 80. Unless, of course, one of you is unvaccinated and gets COVID. And I'm not really sold on the whole concept of kids either. I absolutely love my nephew, but my favorite thing about him is that he is my mother's grandson that did not come out of my uterus. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? I'm not really into hookups because I feel like as a girl, it's just too easy. Like, there's no challenge. And also, but every time I say that, some racist person will ask me if it's because I'm hanging on to my Indian culture. And I just want to say Kama Sutra is Indian culture. And it was actually the British colonizers who brought in Catholic guilt into India. Yeah, it's very ironic seeing Indians like. It was a white person who was like, "You guys are too liberal. Stop having sex." And like a couple weeks ago, I met this British guy who, despite me telling him that I'm from Pennsylvania, he proceeded to tell me how much he loves India and how yeah, and how badly he wants to visit the country. So I responded, like your ancestors. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Sorry, getting really quiet because I'm not able to read what I wrote.
Oh.
Or it's like kind of like all over the place because I've just been like jumping around. I'm turning 30 this year. But I know I look like I'm in my mid-20s. So I feel like I'm at the perfect age to play a teenager on Netflix.
Ah.
I know I just complimented myself, but I just want to say this set was sponsored by Melanin. Let's see. I don't like the fact that we categorize butts into either like flat butts or fat butts or fat booty, because I feel like I have like a very average size booty, and I get very offended when someone says that I have a flat ass. And that's why I really support the body positivity movement, because it's all about accepting your body the way it is, unless of course you're a short guy, which I am now afraid to start making those jokes, because if you look at the history of all the people that have tried to take over the world, they are all under 5'10", all of them. So Napoleon complex is very much real, and Canada's favorite food item, poutine, also suffers from that. I think he's about 5'7". Yeah. So I'm starting to get afraid to start making any short men jokes. But I also want to say that the whole like women wanting like tall men comes from patriarchy, because society has told us that we need like a strong tall man to protect us. So if you have anything against like women wanting like tall men, you need to take it up with patriarchy, not with women. And now that I'm done with like the gender studies portion of my set, how many minutes do I have? One? Okay. One? Okay. I want to end on this one. Sometimes I get worried that I might die alone because of all my views. And then I remember I'm Indian and I can just get an arranged marriage. So, thank you guys. Give it up for our host.
All right, guys, keep it going for Pooja. Keep it going. Good stuff. Good stuff. My name's Sean Kelly. Seankely. I'm only 10% Irish, though.
Boo.
Boo. That's right, more Irish than 50% Italian, though. 50% straight down the middle. Hey, forget about it. That's right. My uncle's a mobster. No, growing up, everything was centered around food. Even the punishment was centered around food. So, normal people got hit with the belt. Normal kids get hit with the belt. I got pepper down my throat. The exact same pepper that my mom would season the spaghetti with that night. She would just, like, I would do something wrong. I would talk back to her. She would go up into the cabinet, and there was two peppers. There was the cooking pepper, and there was the punishment pepper. And if she reached to the right, I was safe, and the pasta was going to be good that night. But if she reached for the left, I was screwed, and I was coughing over the bathroom sink. She was that. She also used a wooden spoon. Anybody ever had the wooden, get hit by the wooden spoon, right? It hurts. Wood is a very hurtful object. To this day, I walk into a Home Depot and I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. She would do that. She would come in. She was like, here, Sean. She would come in. She would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she would walk right over to you. Oh, yeah, that marinara is looking real nice. And I would have to sit down and eat it. My ass still beat red. Still beat red. That's right. Yeah, well, that's parents for you, man. But she shaped me to the man I am today. And the man I am today is standing up here hosting Los Angeles That's right. Let's keep it going, guys. Give it up for one of my favorite comics, my man, Easton Gage!
I'm stuck on everything. Jeez. Sean Kelly, yeah. Yeah. My mom made me stay away from men until I was 25, too. She said, stay away from them, Easton. They're going to ruin your studies. You see how expensive everything is now? Everything. Like used cars. Used cars. I just stole some dork's Hyundai Sonata for like free. Just went into his garage. Didn't shatter any glass. Just went right on in. Stole it. Made 27 off of it. 27 big ones. Came into some money recently, you know? Steal a car. Steal a car. The dipshit just got a new Elantra, too. The dipshit just got a new Elantra. For 2021, so I'll probably get 40 to 50 for that. I was pumped when I saw him pull up, and it was like, this dumb son of a bitch. He ain't gonna learn. That's my dream. I just steal cars from John Taylor now and tell him, man, you gotta get out of that neighborhood every day. Just tell him. What you're in an underground locked garage. How did they get in there? Someone must have known the gate code, the combo. Had AAA, said they lost their keys. They must have done all of that. I just had, like, so my side gig besides stealing from John is I'm a correctional therapist. So I've been doing that for about a year now. And this isn't even a joke. Like, this just happened to me. So the lady I'm seeing is a transgender woman. She gets her surgery in 2 weeks to get everything removed. So we're going over everything. She got kicked by a horse, okay? So don't expect a lot of jokes during this because I'm trying to flesh it out right now, which is why I'm recording. She got kicked by a horse in her hip. So her hips are all messed up. And we were going through correctional movements. I was stretching her and everything. And she said, I am a transgender woman. Get the surgery in 2 weeks, but I also want to let you know that I am transracial. I went, oh, okay. I don't know what that means. She's whiter than me, Sean. She's whiter than all of us, right? She's white. She goes, but I'm identifying now as an African-American woman. And I went, you let me know how that goes for you. If you get the damn hall pass, I mean, I'm going to start doing that too. I'll be a woman for crying out loud. But I was stretching her. She's wearing leggings, right? And women, we know how these leggings are. They're tight. And I had her knee up on my shoulder because her hips are all jacked up. And I looked down and she's, you know, she had it still. She hadn't got the surgery. And I looked at her and I said, are you perhaps an organ donor? She went, no, why? I said, because that would look lovely above my mantle. That is a beautiful moose head you got down in your pants. Are you sure you want to change this? Are you sure? Because I will get that surgery and just have you glue that right on top of mine at this point. That thing is lovely. What a fine piece of art you were given. You should keep it. Maybe put it in your nightstand. That way you can literally fuck yourself. No, I'm not being mean to her. She's a paying client. I'm never going to be mean to her. So I kept that part in my head. Toxic relationships. Mike was talking about those earlier. My most toxic relationship is with my mother, which is why I love them and root for them so much. My mom hit me too. I used to look at like women and be like, man, they're so weak, but my mother's like superwoman. She beat the shit out of me. My mom punched me in the face. I snuck up on her. She turned around and punched me in the face. Where'd you learn that? She said, Tybo with Billy Banks. Flexibility is youth, Easton, and I am young and strong. I said, yes, you are. My mom bought me Hooked on Phonics when I was a young boy. You guys heard this, but we're still working on it. My mom bought me Hooked on Phonics when I was a young boy. If you don't know what Hooked on Phonics is, it's an after-school reading program for kids who can't read. Usually homeschool teachers and tutors buy this for the kids they're teaching. My mom was a flight attendant and just handed me Hooked on Phonics. She said, the school said, you're dumb, we're going to fix that. So when it came time to read out loud in class on the following Monday, and they said, Easton, it's your turn, I went up to the podium. I said, good afternoon, class. This is flight AA276. If you look to your left and right, you'll see the exits. Buckle up. There will be some turbulence. I can't sound shit out. We're going to be here all day. Keep your seat trays up. Whatever. Fuck it. Why don't I read what I wrote?
It's funny.
Yeah, read it.
It's funny.
You're the best. I like you.
We had a good thing going last week when we were in here together. You remember that? We were just, we were falling in love up on the stage. Doing everything. Anyone Spanish speaker in here? Spanish speaker?
See.
Don't lie to me. Are you, John? Why'd you learn Spanish?
Necesito.
You need it. I need. And he'll get by with that. He'll get by with necesito. When I was learning Spanish, tuve un problema cuando dije sí a todas cosas, which can lead to major issues when you're speaking Spanish, right? Pero cuando trabajando a un pizzeria en escuela de ahí, hay un niño. See, you get it. She's on page with me. This is for a Spanish show I'm doing coming up, so just get ready. Hay un niño se dice, Aisten, a mí me gusta así mucho. ¿Quieres mi a su novio? I said, sí, sure, why not? Novio, boyfriend. A few weeks go by, same thing. Luis, ¿cómo está? Bien. Ah, su salchicha es muy negra, sabada, sabedí. And what that is, that's slang in Guadalajara for your sausage. I want it. Now, freezer. So I have a boyfriend now, and he is awesome. My phone suggested an app to me called Baklava. Do you guys know the app Baklava? Baklava is the newest dating app for Middle Eastern women, and I just go on the app trying to find the best pastry chef in Westwood. I told my girlfriend too, I said, I got a date tonight with a Persian chick who says she's good with pistachios, so I'll see you later. She says she's going to drizzle honey all over me. Delicious. That is my favorite pastry. I just started watching Peaky Blinders. You guys know that show, Peaky Blinders? That show sucks. Holy shit. What a terrible show. I was 3 seasons in before I found out that show's in English. I had to turn on the damn subtitles. I didn't know what the hell they were saying the whole time. They sound like you, but with more gravel in their mouth. You know what I mean? I couldn't hear. I was like, and then Tom Hardy came on screen, and when I hit the subtitles, it just had hieroglyphics up. I was like, all right, we'll figure this out. That show's about returned World War I veterans, like the greatest warriors in the history of man. And they get in gunfights, and I've yet to see someone get hit with a bullet. So I'm starting to question the credibility of World War I vets and the show. Like, do we know how to handle a gun? Adrian Brody was in an alleyway, wide open, spoiler, with the other British dude, and he shot a machine gun at him and missed all 50 shots. Well, where are you aiming? Call Alec Baldwin. He hits on the first try.
Oh, ouch. Nice.
Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Yeah. You like that?
30
Who's that you're a bitch thing again? I need to erase that out of my notebook. Whoever wrote that. One of my roommates just wrote you're a bitch next to one of my jokes, and they spelled you're wrong. They spelled it Y-O-U-R instead of Y. So like, I'm possessive of it. I don't know. I have all these notebooks and no jokes. What a hack, right? You like that? I could do the old ones. All right, I walked in on my roommate watching The Grinch the other day. And he went, the real old. My roommate watching The Grinch the other day, and he goes, wow, this guy just really hates Christmas, doesn't he? I went, yeah, well, you ever stop and think maybe the Grinch is a Jew? Yeah, see, I got one person's attention. This joke will be directed at you. Imagine you're living in the world of Christianity, and you're the only Jew, and all this world is just revolving around Christmas. You hear, hey, Merry Christmas, Christmas is coming, and then Hanukkah shows up, and no one says anything to you. Because they know you're a Jew, and they don't like you. And you would think the Grinch wouldn't be the Jew. The Jew is actually me and you, because the Grinch isn't blue. We're blue. I fucking wrote a Dr. Seuss rhyme, and I closed the page, and I said, you're going to memorize it. I didn't memorize it. I'm such a hack. You know, sometimes you just come up here, you meet a transracial woman, and it just fucks up your night. It really just changes everything that you got. Grinch is the Jew, it's not me and you, it's gotta be you. You're the Jew, you smell like poo. I don't know why I wrote that. You don't need to like me, I'm getting off stage. All right. I heard a car coming, I'm gonna go jump in front of it. Hopefully it's not Jon Snow launch right now, make some cash before I do that. Guys, East Engage.
Guys, East Engage, let's hope he makes it through the night without getting hit by that car. Alright, watch both ways, kids, before you cross the street. You ever hear the one about, how the East Engage get across the road? He didn't.
No, he didn't.
I just thought of that one on the spot. How about that? funny. It's funny. Yeah, that's right. You guys are laughing, but you're going to keep on laughing because the next comic coming up, absolutely fantastic, guys. I want you to give a big round of applause for Susan Douglas Clare.
You can get that all on there if you want.
Okay. I have an actual condom.
I
Nice.
generally always have
Nice.
my condoms, and I'm digging down in my purse. I really couldn't, find them. So, like, I'm using this gel to see if I
You
can
know me too well.
clean the area in question. Definitely this area here. Around and down.
Kind of hot.
The fellas are really enjoying this.
Jill Scott it. Jill Scott
This was the best part.
Oh, yeah, okay.
First, I think that was about 2 minutes. That's about the length of my last boyfriend. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding. You know what? I've decided something. I said, I am no longer going to date any men if their name begins with the letter O. Yeah, it's O no. Yeah. No OB, no Orlando, no O'Shea, just no O'Neal. You know, if I meet a new guy and his name begins with O, I'm like, oh no, we can't go there. Because my last 4 O's did not work out. That's just personal. It's just good for me to, share. I don't know where this is going, but I just thought I'd say that. Wow, right now I'm going to let you know that I did join 23andMe. Thank you very much. And when I first joined, I had about 1,200 cousins, and now I have 1,500 cousins. And what the interesting thing is what 23andMe told me. First of all, I thought, these aren't my results. I'm like, what the frick is this? Have you ever seen the black people on YouTube when they get their results and they look and they go, oh no, something is wrong. This is my name on here? Oh no, oh no, I can't do this. Listen, I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to come back later. And they literally turn the camera off and come back later. That's exactly what I did in my own apartment. I said, who are these freaking people? I don't know any of them. And, it's like, I'm part this, I'm part that. And I always hated it when I saw black people doing that. My African-American brothers and sisters, when they did that. I actually would cringe. Because in my family, people say, oh, you part Indian, you part Indian, you part Indian. And in my family, that is just, it doesn't fly. Like, at all. We are pure Africans. Okay? The slave epidemic did not hit us. We have nothing but African pictures on our walls. We come in, we talk to you about scriptures that talk about Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Fannie Lou Hamer. We only talk about things like that. So for me to get my results, and I found out that I'm biracial. And I'm like, from every generation that we know of in my family, everyone is black. even the barely blacks are black. So for me to see that, I had to, the family's going to have a meeting. Because this is just no good. And I looked at my 15, it was 1,200 when I joined, my 1,500 white cousins. Except for my little cousin Paula, because I was literally calling them, who the frick are these freaking people? I don't know these people. I know all my parents. Who are these freaking people? And then my little cousin came on and she was like, hey Susan, it's me. I'm like, fuck, these are our cousins. So I'm processing this. I got my results about 2 years ago. I'm just now able to talk about it today. So, you're from Irish? You're from Irish. No, you're part Irish? Who's part Irish?
I'm just Irish.
You're just Irish. Part Irish? We could be cousins. Especially you. Because most of the people on 23andMe are white. So I'm going to join the other one. What's the other one called? Ancestry. Yeah, and that was brought together by the Mormon Church because if they go back and find all of their relatives and save them or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's why they have the largest database. And I know about databases because I'm a database manager.
Oh shit.
Yes, I am. And when I see the data that doesn't agree with me, I freaking delete it. Because I'm a database manager. All right, I'm just telling you all my personal stuff. But I don't know. This is the first time I've ever talked about this. And it's almost like, it's not that I don't love all people. Okay, that's a lie. I tolerate most people. No, I like most people.
Too late, it's on camera.
But maybe I don't get along with everyone. Even the ones I don't get along with, I could find something special about you. I don't like to hear people calling other people ugly. Because I think the most mediocre people in the world call other people ugly. And the bottom line is this. Somebody thinks that person is beautiful.
Right.
Thank you. And it's probably their mother. I'm just saying, somebody. That's why I don't like to use the ugly thing. But anyway, yeah, wow, yeah. My new hero, Leonard Nimoy of Star Trek, thank you. I found out after his passing, his death, that he was into big women. And if only I had known that when I was growing up. Even when I was an adult. He loved to take pictures of BBWs. You know what that means? Big, beautiful women. He took beautiful pictures of these women. Kind of a Rubenesque thing, And I thought to myself, I could have jumped in that Star Trek little outfit he wore. I could have got in there with him. He could have taken my picture. I would have been feeling good about myself. But when I was growing up, nobody told me anything about this. Nobody told me this man loved a thick behind, 2 stomachs, titties everywhere. Because I got front and back titties. Backdoor titties. So, I'm just saying, I could have been one of his ex-wives. Or I could have been married to him and I could have been holding on to those pointy ears, We could have had babies. You know what I'm saying? We could have had babies. They'd be barely black, but I'm just saying, because since I just found out I'm Irish. So, and I used to hate that people would come up to me and talk about my hair. Your hair. I'm like, well, just shut the frick up. And my aunt, people would say, are you Indian? Are you no damn Indian? We're black! So that's the family I, came from. How are the people? So, you know, but my family also says, we love everyone. Just when you come in, there's only pictures of black people, because of course it's us. And then, you know, all of our superheroes, you know, which is Frederick Douglass. I used to have a gigantic Frederick Douglass poster over my bed. I did. Because I am the great-great-granddaughter of Frederick Douglass. Thank you. Well, not Frederick Douglass, but Frederick Douglass Harper. You know, we in the black community, we like to name our kids after famous people. So, there was Frederick Douglass Harper, Teddy Roosevelt Harper, Marilyn Monroe Harper, my mother. She slept with the president of the PTA. You know, then there was my aunt, Charmaine Toilet Paper Harper, because that's when we just started to get into industrial products. So, we make a way out of no way. That's all I'm saying. And now that I know that I'm biracial, I wonder, should I check both on the box? Should I reach out to these cousins I don't know? You know what I'm saying? Should I get to know people that could have been my slave holders? Their descendants? That created a platform of misery and anger in my entire family? I say, maybe because I'm biracial. God bless you all. Thank you.
Guys, give it up one more time. Oh my God, too kind. She's got so many famous relatives. Guys, please connect with her on LinkedIn. You're going to go places. All the people she knows, all the historical figures she's got going on over there.
Thank you.
Even industrial products. I'm a huge fan. If you were here on Wednesday, I'm a big fan of two-ply. Not going to get into it, but I'm a big fan. Absolutely big, fantastic on that. I moved here 8 months ago from South New Jersey. Out here to LA. That's right. Yeah, clap it up. That's right. Best state. We don't have the carpool lane in New Jersey. It's not a thing. There's just not enough traffic. And I used to be so jealous of the carpool lane when I first got here. I would look afar, 2 lanes away, cars away. You know, when I was just meeting people and I was still alone my first couple of months here, and I would look and think, I want that so bad. This is what I want in my life. I would just sit there. I would go online. I've contemplated hiring, you know, women of the night and just saying, look, I don't want sex. I just want to go to the grocery store and I need to get there in 15 minutes. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit right here. I'll pay the full rate too. And I'll ask your opinion on oranges and what I should get at the grocery store. And then, then I'll just drop you off wherever you need to be. And it'll take us like a solid 30-minute round trip because I'm going to be zooming. And we're going to be zooming through the rest of this night. Transitions on point. We got 2 more comics tonight, guys. Woo! Give it up. We got 2 more comics tonight here. Los Angeles School of Comedy right now. Give it up for my man. He's been here all the time. He comes back again and again and again. The comedy's always great, guys. Give it up for Brennan Weed.
How you guys doing?
All right.
It's me, barely black.
Yes.
Yeah. Start nice and slow. Okay. So if you jerked off today, you've killed more children than the Russians.
I did.
I knew when I was getting up here that I'm rusty. I'm just going to work through this as best as I can. So you touched on a lot of things that I think I want to address too about black people. And I feel that, like, black people aren't racist until you leave. Right? Isn't that how it works? They're not racist until that other person. Oh, did you see that person? You see what they? Oh, that's so fucked up. They're so judgmental. I'm from a high yellow family. That's why I'm this bright. And man, can't believe the superiority complex that bourgeois black people have is astounding, right? My keys just fell out of the bottom of my pocket, and they're just gonna sit there. Okay. I'm a mess. Let's just be clear here. Let's just be clear. I'm a mess. I've been in my house, all right, in the house, working from home. Working from home is basically being in a prison camp that you've created, right? Because you're working for 17 cents an hour, and you can't leave, right? I don't know what the fuck this is. I do data entry. I'm ADHD. Those things do not match, all right? I gotta take a break after every time I hit that enter key, okay? I got an idea. I think they should legalize prostitution. I think they should just get it over with. The downside is, I think that it would ruin relationships. Because why would you want to go on a date when you can just get pussy on delivery? Dash, if you will.
That's funny.
Thanks for your approval. You know, I was sitting back there, I was like, I'm gonna make this a big high energy set, and then I was like, oh no. Oh no. As soon as you get up here, it just kind of changes. And you look down at your smiling faces expecting a punchline. It ain't coming. These keys are stuck, and it's bothering me. There you go. I love me some big girls, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I love me some big girls.
God.
I do. I got
I'm
a
gonna
thing.
bake you some brownies.
That's what I like. I like a big girl.
From
Like, you here?
scratch.
Okay.
Wow.
I love when a big girl's like, you here for pussy or food? And like, I love me a you hungry ass bitch. I do. I do. Could keep getting into details. Okay. I think getting to know distant cousins is also a big waste of time. I got a cousin, and he's a rapper, and he sucks. He sucks. Cash Mafia. It's rough. It's a rough listen. We recently connected on Facebook, which is the worst place to connect with former relatives that you don't know that well. He was like, hey, can you send me $50? Can you cash at me? I was like, what is this? Are you like an Israeli bot posing as my cousin? I don't know. Then he wants to talk to me about entrepreneurship. Like, you're asking me for money for what? Your mixtape? That's not starting a business, right? I'm bailing.
You got this.
Got this.
I don't. Deep down, I do. We were talking about the homeless crisis earlier. My apartment was cold, so I took a shit with my jacket on. Have you ever done that? And you have to be good people. Like, you usually take your jacket off before you go into a stall, right? Like, when you keep your jacket on, you're a different kind of animal. Let me tell you. That's like some Joshua Tree shit right there. Right? Taking a shit with your jacket on, that's brave, right? Because that means you're up. You can get up in a hurry, right? Shit pops off, you can just go, right? You don't have to wait and like you can squeeze into your jacket. You can just fucking get out of there. I slept with a girl recently, and then she sent me a link to join her OnlyFans.
Her what?
Her OnlyFans. I'm not going to go into the whole tutorial about that.
It's a personal section and you pay for it monthly.
They basically post pictures of themselves. Wow, thanks, John, for being my footnote.
She needs to understand.
She needs, for the context of the bit, it's basically Facebook, but showing her vagina.
Ooh, really?
Yes.
That's disgusting.
You haven't even seen it.
You haven't even seen it. It's a pretty pussy, all right? It's good. You haven't seen it.
I don't take girls.
point of that joke was I did not subscribe, okay?
Oh.
I already saw it. Why do I need the
Right.
Yeah. I already bought the refrigerator. Why do I need the catalog at the end of the store? Okay. It's more
Ah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Refrigerator, ice chest.
ice chest. No, I'm thinking about like the Sears catalog.
Catalog.
It's a vagina catalog.
Right. Okay, guys, this is
That's a good one.
okay.
I see what you're saying.
It's not. It's a thinker. It's not. It's not.
No, that's a good one.
I don't know. I've been doing pretty good at dating. I'm doing pretty good at dating. So I'm being a slut. That's what that means, right? That's what that means. It's not funny when men say slut, is it? It's not. It's empowering for women, but for men, it's just like, ew, you're gross. Yeah, ew, you're gross. And it's like, I don't understand the double standard, right? Because empowerment, sleeping with a lot of men, it's supposed to be looked on as great, but for dudes wanting to sleep with a lot of women, it's liars. That's what we are. That's what we are. It's the only way to do it. It's the only way to do it. Because every woman wants you to be their one and only, right? To a certain degree. At least that's the myth, right? That's what I'm told anyway. My lie is way more interesting than your truth, let me tell you. Because look at it this way. I feel like women as a whole are just like cashiers working at the pussy store, right? Because men want to go in there and we just want to get some pussy, right? But we got to deal with the cash register being like, hey, you're looking around. Do you need any help with that? Like, just, oh, I see you're looking at the wares. So let talk to me for a minute. Like, let me get to know you as a customer, right? Like on a full shopping experience. And they're like, yeah, sure, I'll buy that. Yeah, sure. So you do, you just window shop. Right? That's what dating is, right? It's just window shopping. You're just kind of looking around, browsing the people. Yeah, this is good. This could work out, right? But as soon as you make that first purchase, what do girls want? You to fucking subscribe to the mailing list. That's what the next thing is. You got to do all the texting and the talking afterwards, and the communicating with customer service. God, it's like more of a hassle trying to get in a relationship. It's just like, this is a long-term purchase, right? You want to send it back, you got to call them back over and then decide, yeah, I was going to call them. You're here, I can't be racist. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just the whole thing.
She's from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Oh. But we were talking about it earlier. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, what I'm realizing is, right, when you say about marriage, and you don't believe in it, right? You know, people who are married are super boring, right? Like, to the end of the day, when you get married for like 40 or 50 years, you run out of shit to talk about, right? So, like, at the end of the day, they're just kind of like existing with each other. Do you want that kind of life? No. You want to have a toxic relationship where it's an emotional goddamn roller coaster so every day is interesting. No, you want to mix the two. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you've been through that, right? You don't even need it. Right? I just want to be alone, right? No, but you want to be with somebody.
Talk to somebody else.
I'm trying to talk. You don't even want to talk to me. Yeah.
No, I'm going to be with everybody to continue.
Okay. See. Okay. That's what it is. Are you like a me-sexual, where it's just like anybody who's into me? No? Or are you a you where you pursue?
I do both. It's fun.
Okay. I gotta flush that joke out more, obviously. It's just too many ways you can take it. Okay. So I don't know how you guys feel about technology. But I don't think we're going to make it that much farther, right? We're not going to make it that much farther. We're moving into the metaverse next, right? We're moving into the metaverse. And I feel it's like we've just been handed a loaded gun, right? And they just want to go... And we just got to pick one, whether or not we're going to go into the future, or, you know what, this is too long of a joke. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to go.
Guys, keep it going for Brandon. Keep it going.
That's right, guys. And we're coming. We're coming to the end because all journeys have to come to the end. All amazing journeys have to come to the end. And we are. But luckily, we're going to end on a fantastic comment. One of my personal favorites. She's one of the only people that I know that can pull off big gold hoop earrings.
Oh no, I didn't. I'm here to watch. I came to watch. I didn't pay. I got a gig at 9 and I had time.
Do you want to? Okay.
Because I usually have to leave. I came to watch everybody.
Oh, okay. I thought you were coming in. I'm like, all right, wow. Ooh,
Thanks,
ooh.
though.
Okay, well, all right, then I'm going to end on this one that I kept in my back pocket.
Oh.
All right, that's right. What's up, guys? I'm big on the oddities of life. I'm a big bar soap fan. Anybody here use bar soap? Who uses bar soap? Give it up for bar soap, right? That's right. We're talking about direct soap to skin contact. Let's get rid of the middleman. All right, the washcloth is the middleman. I want direct soap to skin contact. All right, I want to go up to some person and be like, oh man, I'm telling you, that is some winter fresh right there. Damn straight. I buy Zest. Anybody use Zest? That's right. Yeah, that's 1, 2 people clap. That's right. Zest. It's like the Chinese restaurant of bar soaps. All right, it's not heavily advertised, but it sells. It sells. You buy Chinese. Have you ever seen a Chinese restaurant commercial? No, you haven't. You know why? Because they're so damn confident in their product. They don't even need to put out any advertisements. They own you, and they know it. Just like Zest bar soap, it's on the bottom shelf. It's like bottom shelf alcohol. Nobody knows. It's like that plastic Russian bottle. It's called Cassers or Majorska or something. Stuff that I used to use in college. I used to buy $7 a bottle. I used to take 2 of them, right, dump them in my buddy's cooler, add a little store brand Coca-Cola, a little store brand fruit punch. People are like, oh my God, Sean, just getting so fucked up right now. I'm like, what are you putting in here? And I'm like, and they're like, Cassers. And I'm like, Cassers? And they're like, what's Cassers? And I'm like, exactly. And that's exactly what people say about my bar soap. Advocate, bar soap people. And I'm an advocate for the Los Angeles School of Comedy, guys. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30, 7 o'clock show, guys. If you want your tape tonight, please see me or Akil, and we can get that going for you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, all social media platforms, and we're going to see you guys back here on Monday, guys. Have a fantastic weekend.